What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jay Renee with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This morning, we got a brother on the phone by the name of Sam Harris. We're going to learn more about him. We're going to talk about the reintegration process. Remember, I'm trying to touch on that a lot lately. I think it's something that is important that we forget about. And we also going to find out what the brother got going on. So let's jump right into it. All right, good morning there, bro. How you doing?
Good morning. Pretty good. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So we're gonna jump right into it, all right?
All right.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Hey, my name is Samuel Harris. I go by Sam. Born and raised in Suffolk, Virginia. All my life. Just celebrated my 55th birthday about a week ago. So.
Okay, happy belated on that. So,
thank you.
Oh, for sure. So, how long have you? Well, first, welcome home. On that, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
For sure. How long have you been home so far?
Today marks 119 days for me. Today is 7/27th. Yeah, 119 days I've been home now.
Okay. So, what compares from day one to now?
Day one, I can officially say it's slowing down a little bit. Day one, when I got out, it seemed like the world was just going extremely fast.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I control that world and I control the rhythm of it. So I had to slow some things down. But right now I'm at a nice little neutral pace. But it's a big difference now from day one.
Okay. So how long were you incarcerated for?
I was actually incarcerated. My original sentence, I was sentenced to 220 years with 160 suspended. So I had an active sentence of 60 years. I ended up serving 24 years, 8 months, and 10 hours when I walked out of there on July 1st, 2024.
Okay. So I know the world was different, right?
It's extremely different. Extremely different.
Yeah, technology can be an interesting thing to maneuver through, especially if you've never really dealt with it much.
Yes. That's one thing. Like when I went to prison, again, I was much older. I had just turned 30. So I had experienced life a little bit, I guess. So when I got there, I wasn't the most knowledgeable, but I had the mindset of learning, and I kept up with the best I could in that environment. So, but I found out when I got home, I was still years behind, even for what they provide.
I can understand that. So what are some of the things that you've been trying to do since you've been home?
Okay, when I got home, I was determined I'm like goal oriented. And again, I don't know if you know my story. I was actually pardoned by Governor Youngkin, which I'm appreciative of that, pardoned from prison. And I wanted to, and I'm a disabled veteran of the United States Army. So I know my calling is to help my fellow men, and especially my veterans, but also my brothers and sisters behind the walls. But I think I've been given a different mandate, which I'm seeing now. I applaud all these advocacy groups out here. Many of them, I'm not going to start naming them because I leave somebody off, they'll get upset, but many of them I applaud. But I want to come from a different mindset of attacking it from the inside of they're out here. Yeah, you can get me out of here, but if I don't come out here right, I'm not going to stay out here. So when I was in the prison, I started a group. Another guy created a group. The name of the group is called I Owe More. It stands for Inspiring Offenders to Work and Excel More. That came on the back of some problems that we were having in the prison. So we decided for an hour every Saturday to start talking.
Okay.
And as I just found out yesterday, we're getting across down to about 200 inmates a week, guys a week that we're talking and doing this. And the group is going to be officially start being held in the gym for an hour every week.
Nice.
I have several organizations that want to get a part of it now. We're going to do supposed to be doing a Facebook Live in a few weeks with a couple of guys from in there, So yeah, that's one of the goals. On top of opening up a nonprofit to help my veterans out here.
Okay. And what's the name of it again?
What's it again?
What's the name of it again?
The name of the group is called the I Owe More Group.
I
O period W period E period then the word more.
Okay.
And again, it stands for Inspiring Offenders to Work and Excel More.
Okay, so do you have a website or any social media set up yet that we can look at? or is that in the works?
I got it in the works. I have a personal Facebook page under Sam Harris.
Okay.
That, again, like I said, when I came out, I had to learn all of this. Honestly, I just went on Instagram the other day for the first time, which I'm trying to just learn as much as I can. But yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's under Sam Harris. And when you go on that page, you'll see I do a lot of posting, and I try to post up stuff every now and then. And even when I'm working with several organizations out here, you'll see a couple of articles or posting from like the Humanization Project or 40 Strong. I work with them because one of the things I wanted to do was to not only just volunteer, I wanted to see, first of all, I believe in just helping someone and getting in that lane to see how it's done before I dived into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I volunteered a lot of my time to these organizations when I got out here.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. It's like, why recreate the wheel when it's already created, right? So I can definitely understand that. So I know you said that now it's a lot of organizations that are getting involved. That's always great, to have that support, and especially to have it to where it can be accessible to those that really need it. So congratulations on that, and thank you for even doing that. It takes a lot to do something outside of yourself sometimes, especially when you got your own stuff going on. So I definitely want to thank you for that. So what are some of your other goals?
And something else, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned. When I was in prison, a young man came up with, I was like co-authored 2 books. And young man came with a group called Patch. That's his nonprofit that I've been helping him out here too, him and his wife. We did 2 book bag drives. I had a more leadership role in the Patch organization. It's called Prisoners Against Teen Criminal Habits. So again, that was another one of the groups that I decided to help. But like I said, all those, and in doing this, it was part of my goal because of not only owning my own nonprofit, but I wanted to get in the lane and get next to people who are doing it already.
Right.
So I feel we don't do that enough. We come out, we got the energy and the drive, but sometimes you got to ask, look, how did you do this? One of my big questions is, show me what you did wrong a little bit first. Now show me what we did right so I can go into this the right way, if that makes sense. So like I said, now I just learned a lot, even the last few weeks, because I've been doing some speaking engagements and all. My parent company is going to be S.E. Harris Consulting.
Okay.
And I'm going to be doing, like I said, I do a lot of speaking now. I'm writing a book, writing another book. Matter of fact, I have an engagement this morning at a church. So that's going to be under my parent company. And then my nonprofit is going to fall under that NVET. It's going to fall, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad that you brought that up. I know you don't got too much more time, so I want to get into it real quick. So you are a published author, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For sure. Tell us the name of your book and a little bit about it.
Okay, the first book I was in was called Beyond the Shackles. That was me and a guy. I was like a co-author. This book only came out on audio, which you can get it on Kindle, on Amazon. It speaks of 5 or 6 of us wrote different chapters. The second book is called Remorsefulness, Speaking Out for a Change. The actual author was Derico Austin, but again, I think it's 11 of us total in this book, and we share our experiences from prison. My major part, I think I played a huge part in this book because not only did I type most of the chapters, but it's a book that we're finding out now that the world hadn't really seen, because on the back cover, one of the notes I put on the back was to tell the readers that, you know how you're sitting at home, you hear breaking news, such and such, such and such, such and such, right? Mm-hmm. I said, do you want to hear the rest of the story? Read this book. Because many of us were breaking news. Many of us did do this. Now you can read the story, and you can also find out how we got to that day and what we're doing after that day. So again, this book is called Remorsefulness, Speaking Out for a Change. It's on Amazon. And again, it's 11 of us wrote it. All the proceeds of this book, we agreed to be donated to the local Boys and Girls Charity. So it was something that we put together, and we get a lot of reviews about it now because I'm out here pushing it. Yeah. And we're planning a part 2 to this book because I want guys' stories in there to get out, because we have some geniuses behind those walls.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very talented people. Like you said, geniuses. Like, if given the chance, they can definitely help change and shape the world in positive ways. So okay, I'm gonna make sure that we include the link for that, bro. Um,
Okay.
is there anything else that you wanna let us know? Drop some gems or anything like that.
If I can speak to different segments of this, again, like I told you, I believe my calling is to, when I went back inside, is to help prepare them to come out. So the message to my brothers and sisters behind the walls is to be ready and stay ready. I hate hearing this comment when I was in prison. Man, I'm going up for parole, so it's time for me to get ready. And with that, it's like you start programming yourself to answer certain questions for parole. And honestly, they're tired of hearing that. Yeah. So I tell the guys all the time, be ready. And even when I got my pardon, one of the questions was asked, did you know you would get it? And I didn't say it arrogantly, but I said, yeah, why put it in if I didn't know I was getting it? So I said that to say I wanted to stay prepared because I didn't have parole. And I didn't want to stay in prison until I was 60 years old. So I wanted to make myself ready. So when I put it in, I put together, it's like they said with Michael Jordan, he left it all on the court. And I'm like, I'm going to do the best I have to do inside of here. So when my family go to fight out here, they're ready. We know there's some inequalities in this criminal justice system. But I was reading, I think, Andre Norman's book. He said, but don't turn yourself down. So to my brothers and sisters behind the wall, just be ready when that time comes, because we see changes, and I think you can see it, everybody can see it. These laws are changing more and more and more because of the injustices that they're seeing. Secondly, on people's families, man, be patient with them, but be honest with them as we're getting them, you're getting them prepared to come out here. Speak truth to them, because that's what's going to, they're going to help maintain their freedom is being able to hear truth and handle truth. And secondly, and get out the emotions, because, yeah, we know we miss them, but just make sure we prepare them to come home. And a lot of times just speaking honest truth to them. And thirdly, society as a whole, this is an election season going on, and I don't want our freedom to be determined by a D and R on I, stands for Democrat, Republican, or Independent. I don't think my freedom should be dependent on who's in office. A lot of that needs to change. But I hope it does. But in the meantime, other politicians and all, give us a look. Yeah, I may have did what you said I did, but like I said, I'm not who you say I am. And I'm gonna run something by you, Jay, Renee. If you take your car to the mechanic shop once and they fix it, you come home and it breaks. You take it back a second time, it breaks. How many times are you gonna take your car to that mechanic?
Probably twice.
Okay.
The initial time and then going back.
Look at this system.
Right.
If I have a system where we're putting guys up for parole or whatever, and it's not working, I put you in this place to get you right. Don't I have to change something inside of here to get you right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If not, the system's not. So if I'm budgeting millions and millions of dollars to do this and nobody's coming home, I got to sit and I hate to say it, in the business world, that's not a good investment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you want success with it. So I got to look at. That's why I said what I said at the beginning of this conversation. Every angle of this has to be looked at. There's so many spokes on this wheel of criminal justice, but we all play a part, both sides. And again, as I conclude with, I want to drop the titles, Democrat, Republican, Independents, or whatever. And even when I tell guys that, yes, a Republican governor signed my pardon, I'm blessed for that. But I shouldn't even be able to say that. Yeah. I should be able to say I went in front of them. I did what I supposed, because the question is asked, why do you deserve to be free? Or why do you deserve to go?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I hope this doesn't sound arrogant when I say this. I said because I did everything you told me to do. I did everything I was supposed to do. I had 23 annual reviews, and I passed them every year.
Yeah.
That's the recipe for success, I think. I mean, I know I'm still going to need some help out here, which I'm getting, but come on, So I think we all play a part in this.
We absolutely do. We absolutely do. Well, I thank you for coming on, bro. It won't be our last conversation. I'm sure we'll have lots of others, especially as your programs progress and things like that. But we appreciate you. Welcome home. And,
thank you.
Much success in all the things that you're trying to do.
I thank you. And I thank you for this time. And I thank you for everything you're doing and giving us the platform. And, I'm grateful and so honored to meet you, too. So you take it easy. And, again, we'll be talking some more.